Good evening, and welcome to, again, a very delayed response to a Lite Byte, because I forgot to set up the stream in advance, as is the case most weekends. I really should do this in advance. I try and do this every week, so I should be more on it now. Anyway, welcome to the final hour of the week. My name is Cennamo-Smith. This is Lite Byte Midnight Snack. For the uninitiated, I am an author of crime, fantasy, sci-fi, horror, and everything in between. Welcome to Lite Byte. This is the Friday lunchtime and Sunday night stream where we do a little bit of art, a little bit of book-related nonsense, and just have a chat and hang out. If you were here for Friday's stream, which is the first one in a while because of life, the universe, and everything, we were doing working on a new book cover. Not for anything in particular, just use a random book title generator and thoughts and decide to sod it and make a cover based on that, just for practice and getting things about, really. So we are pretty much going to continue on that basis, and this is where we got to. Last week I have done absolutely nothing on it further, but I have been thinking about it, and what I'm thinking is this is all a little too cheerful for what we had, which was a sci-fi apocalypse disaster adventure sort of thing with the title of 2105 Salvation. So yeah, this is what we got. I think this is a bit too cheerful, and I think it would entirely do better from having like a grayer kind of with an influx of colour over the top. Maybe not that, maybe that's a bit too much, maybe. Yeah. Maybe kind of twist the palette a little bit. Well, that's moderately psychedelic. How is the acid trip going? That's a weird way to start a stream. Anyway, that's something we can get to when we come to it. Because what we're doing now is, pretty much just working on the cover as it is, adding a bit more detail and just slowly but surely building it into something more than what it is. Where's the pillars? I think I need to fix those pillars. They should be two separate things. That's what we were doing last time, wasn't it? Let's remove the ground, let's remove the sky. Let's remove all other pillars. Good lord. I think I might just redo this one. For the sake of just what's occurring. What is occurring on my phone? Lets me know that I'm streaming. Thank you, telephone. That's very, very kind of you. Yeah, that'll do. So what else we do on a Sunday evening? We stream, right? Again, just to kind of feel, I'm just using black for now, purely to make sure I know I've covered kind of everything. Doesn't need to be perfect. There's a rocky kind of, again, I don't even know what the technical term for one of these things is. I assume it has a technical term. Just fill it all up so we know we've not missed anything. There should be music. We should have music. Let me see what I can find, because the problem is I do this, I'm on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, and YouTube's going through a thing at the moment, as far as I know, of banning or blocking your stream if you play licensed music, which I used to. 1 second, let's turn that off. Let's just get rid of all of this nonsense around the outside. We don't need any of this. This can all go away. Thank you kindly. Yeah, I've yet to find any decent royalty-free music or unlicensed soundtracks that don't bombard you with adverts, and that's a bit irritating both for me to listen to and definitely for you to listen to, so hopefully you'll be satisfied with the sound of my voice. If not, I can only apologise. That's the one we use. Easy. There we go, problem solved. I now have 3 separate cracks. They're not crags. Why do I keep calling them crags? I don't know, I've got 4 of them. Ooh. Why? What went wrong? Please, Photoshop, tell me what are you doing to this absolute farce of a thing? I know I blurred it out, but why did it blur the background unless did I have sample or layers ticked? Which would be an annoying thing to have had ticked and not notice. But I fear that's what happened. Definitely had something ticked that shouldn't have been ticked. But hey ho. Right, and then again, turn you off, steal your colour, turn you back on, delete you, nope. I know what the buttons are, don't tell me I don't. I missed a couple of bits. Good lord, my phone is going absolutely crazy. Hopefully this fix has worked though, because that was a wee bit of nonsense. Yeah. Just for some behind the curtains chaos. I updated my website the other day. I mean, you go to nope. Yeah, I updated my website the other day, and entirely forgot to check the mobile version of it, and then realised that the mobile version was utterly fucked. It was awful, so I've had to go. I have very quickly gone in this evening and hopefully corrected the mobile version. That seems to be about right. Now what we need to do is add a bit more detail into these things, which appears to be mostly about shading back and forth and then up and down. Right. Gonna name them. I probably shouldn't have blurred those ones until after I'd added the detail, because yeah, that was a bad idea, wasn't it? Right, let's fix these. Let's do all that again, because we're apparently quite tired. And I say we, I definitely mean just me. Well, it's been a bit of a week. I've got a lot to get ready. What am I fixing? No, that's better. yeah, I've got 2 book fairs coming up in the next 3 weeks. I wouldn't say I'm woefully underprepared, but last book fair I went to was in August, so I don't get to hit many of them due to life requirements. Whereas my normal book displays are made out of stacks of my books to kind of fill up the table and elevate things up a little bit and make it look a bit more appealing. And to my great joy and then eventual dismay, I sold out nearly everything that I had, which again, not a complaint to have really. However, what it did mean is that my display was looking a wee bit shite, because it ended up just being books stacked on top of cardboard boxes, which looks naff no matter which way you slice it. So I decided that I would not have the same problem this year, and decided to build myself some actual decent display cases. Problem is, I don't have a lot of free time. So I have the first book fair is coming up this weekend, and everything is still actually in a box beside me, and it's not finished being built yet. But that's okay. The first one's only a small local book fair. The second one is a bit more of a bigger affair, which I definitely need to be better prepared for. Double tap. And by God, I will definitely be prepared for it, and these are definitely in the wrong order display wise. Looking at my own reference, so we have to start by going left and right, and then we work on the ups and downs. So let's actually make one a bit better, because line work goes out further than that. So just make sure we're just fully extending out beyond the boundaries. Munchins and crunchins. So again, just left and right. Doesn't look good at this point in time, it just has to be done. This is entirely concept stage, because this thing doesn't exist and probably never will, because I'm not writing a book called Salvation or 105 Salvation. This definitely smells like something's burning. There doesn't appear to be anything around here, so Might not look very impressive right now, but it doesn't need to because it's only the first layer. So the crank needs to go behind the pillars. Yeah, this is not the normal thing I'm used to doing for kind of background, so this is all just kind of learning as we go. I normally, and for all of my other book covers, have done 3D models because that's easier for me. I have another one, a new book coming out in ebook in December and in paperback in January because of, well, basically when I can get them printed. I know December is an incredibly busy time for my printing company, so I decided not to rush them. I'd rather get things done right than fast. So that's coming out in January, but yeah, it is a 3D yeah, 3D model, and heavily modified in Photoshop, obviously, to make it look interesting and betterer. That's not a word. Not showing myself to be a very good wordsmith right now. But yeah, so it features a kind of city shot of London and a sewer. It works. Days for warehousing of 15. I think a bit much. I might need to add some more into there. I'll do it actually. This idea is to come on. Yeah, soft light. And I'm going to go with the opposite then. Come in there with some little bits of detail. bit tired tonight, but I've not been here in a while, and I said I would be, so. As well. Just needs to be more unfocused. I don't know if this is going to look any good. I'm just testing it to see. Definitely adding more than it's taking away. It's not too bad. Don't hate it. And again, with all these things, I think you go through a process of it's going to look like utter shite until it's done. So this is heavily into what I believe they call trust the process. This might be a bit much, but let's see what happens. I don't like that. I just really like a good Gaussian blur. My phone has just reminded me that the next episode of Insecticide comes out tomorrow, or in exactly 30 minutes, to be honest with you, because that's when it's set to release. Now, you might be asking yourself, apart from the obvious, what is insecticide? Well, I'll tell you, because it is not necessarily the obvious. Insecticide is a crime noir. Actually, I'm going to change that because I have a thought. Yes. Anyway, Insecticide is a crime noir thriller series that I write. It is episodic and comes out on the second Monday of every month, so far without fail. And I'd like that to continue to be an editorial promise on my behalf. I'm clearly getting very distracted this evening. It was 40 was too much. Was it 16? Yeah. Anyway, what was I? Well, nope. Insecticide is a crime noir thriller set in a fictional universe where instead of humans, everything's a sentient insect, like, or humanoid anthropomorphic insect, however we want to call it. It stars the main character, Detective Gene Hopper, who quite inventively is a grasshopper who has fallen into quite the predicament of a case that involves people he knows, people he cares about, and a much darker mystery than he was ever intending to be involved in. Even if I do something I don't like that, even if I do say so myself, it's pretty good. And your episodes are chunky. This isn't like a 2 or 3 page that'll do kind of turner. These are hefty 4 to 5. I think this episode is about 6,000 words. That's a good 14 pages worth. definitely getting your money's worth. Because all of these things, insecticide is available on Patreon in every tier apart from free. For free, you get a random short story every month, and you get various updates from me of what's going on and where I'm going to be and how things are going. But if you're on any of the paid tiers, you get crunch. Sorry. Everything just went click right then. That was pleasant. Yeah, if you happen to be under the paid tiers, every month you get, first Monday of every month, you get the monthly update, which everybody gets. Second Monday of the month, which is tomorrow, you get a chapter of Insecticide. Third Monday of the month, you get a chapter of I Used to Be an Adventurer but Now Run a Tavern, which is a light novel series, or light novel fantasy series, which I am also writing. Third Monday, or last Monday of every month, you get a short story chosen by patrons and Instagram. Pretty much, you guys decide what I get, what I write, and it's all for you. So yeah, if that sounds like your bag, come say hi. Looking at that. Remove. One second, let's put all of you together and coin 2. Let's over the crack for a minute. What is really not making this is there is a noticeable divide between land and sea. I think like land and sea, land and pillar. So what I need is just a normal brush. Hardness right down. Get to kind of softly blend. I used the wrong freaking colour. I think maybe no, that's just fine. That colour. No, I hate it when it does that. That's better. It needs to be light. Maybe the ground's the problem. If you just turn off the ground in the sky, then what I can do instead is then we can blend all that in together. So we'll deal with that when the time comes. In the meantime, let's get back to making that look a little more craggy. I need to start calling it a crag. I need to find out what those things are called. Me oh my. website is definitely busy. I would highly recommend heading over and checking it out, because pre-orders are currently up. Oops. That's tonight if you're just children don't talk song. But we're in it now. I'm not giving up on this project. The lines are too thick. That's the problem. We're getting further away. Detail would be somewhat less pronounced, and all this bearing in mind, this bit is going to be distance blurred. I have a feeling I know what I'm going to do for the next stream, although next stream is not going to be on, is unfortunately not going to be next Friday, because I will be driving either to or from an airport. I shall, unfortunately, despite me saying I'm trying to get back to being more regular, have to take another miss next Friday as duty calls, so they say. Now we have the dark things around it. Thicker veins of where everything is kind of colliding and dropping in. Stay hydrated. Grab your favourite brown soda or beverage of choice. knock things over. Don't have a lot of room in this office. Yes, I heard a cry outside. Thought I'd quickly check it, and lo and behold, the adorable fluffy lady you just saw on the hold screen was outside on the fence, and it is currently smashing it down. I thought she was asleep. I don't know what on earth she thought she was doing outside. It's a terrible idea, especially in this weather. Might want to put there we go, just make it look a bit clearer. We'll do it with the ground another time, I think. Yeah, so she just came running straight into the house, completely soaking wet. Which is what everybody wants. Some form or other, I guess. These are too bright. More subtle. I think that's the same problem with number 1 as well. There we are. That's something. And that's also there we go. And now the finale, for which I also think is the wrong colour. Let's try do a slow zoom. That didn't work in the slightest. And now we're going into effectively the tiniest of details around here. somewhat of an idea how to correct this floor issue. And it goes a little something like this. Pretty much just brush. No. Take the colour for those colours. Onto the floor. Cut it straight up there, straight down there, straight down there, and everything in between. Will now be that. And then what I'm going to do, we just call that brown base, which will remove this bullshit. And then to give the appearance of things getting lighter as they fade into the distance. And do it from there up. 1, 2, 3. Start dark. We get to light. And it's only going to affect. It's going to be background effectively. So let's copy you into there. We'll call you background, and we're just doing a lot of layering at this point in time. We want this to affect illumination. Something more. That hasn't done what I expected it to do, which is somewhat on the other. Why? Oh, why? Oh, cool. We lost this sort of wiggle there, and if we dunk, we have something that all sort of fades in together. And then what we can do is, to some degree, I'm definitely going to have to deal with this next time instead, unless I think of another way of doing this. Is effectively, mask out sections of here. and so forth. Something like that. So that would work with everything kind of fading into the distance, but also still highlighting the bits we need. And I don't know, because I'm not, again, used to this sort of bullshit, but we're trying something and we're experimenting. We will of course have to... Ooh. Go away, Cortana. I did not summon you. For the entirety of it, we're going to have to cut out the crag. Yeah. But I have other ideas, and we might explore those next time I'm back, which will be next Sunday night. Or I might do Thursday, depends on how things go with getting everything ready. We'll see. Anyway, if you have been kind enough to pop along to this stream, or pop the C on VOD, which is the more likely in the current situation, thank you for being here, thank you for stopping by. Feel free to say hello in the comments, or give a like, subscribe, follow, all that kind of stuff. It is now midnight and I'm needing to log off because duty calls tomorrow. If you've enjoyed this, as I say, a like, a follow, subscribe, all those things will be incredibly helpful. They do mean little to you, I mean a huge thing to the algorithm, and I would appreciate it greatly. If you prefer to read nonsense instead of watch nonsense, then I have some really good news too, because I'm a much better writer than I am an artist, especially on Photoshop. And if you pop on to any of the links scrolling along the bottom of the screen or in the description, that's where you can find me. It's the website, it's the Patreon, it's the Instagram, where you can find pretty much everything I've ever done. As I say, there is a new episode coming out tomorrow, not the Rat King, Insecticide, coming out tomorrow. Next Tuesday, Monday, you've got I Used to Be an Adventurer, but now run a tavern. You can also, if you sign up for the Patreon, you also get all of my ebooks included with your subscription at the highest tier, and just various other lovely goodies. Even if you don't, you feel free to pop along, say hi. It would be greatly appreciated. I'm always happy to talk. So yeah, have a good week, and I will hopefully see you next Sunday. TTF.